Hello, and today we're at BADDESLEY Clinton. It's a historical gem hidden in the Warwickshire countryside. BADDESLEY actually has Saxon origins. A man named Bede made a clearing in the woods for some sheep, and in those days the clearing was called a lea. So you got BADDESLEY, which later became BADDESLEY. It was by the 11th century the lord of the manor, Roger de Mowbray, gave a estate to Walter de Bessage. And it was Bessage had the house for 4 generations, with the final daughter getting married to Sir Thomas Clinton in 1290. And so the estate became BADDESLEY Clinton. It was the 14th century that James de Clinton dug the moat and put up the first buildings on the site. The next major history was a lawyer by the name of John Broome. In 1438, he improved the house and the gardens. But during the War of the Roses, Broome supported the wrong side and was stripped of any titles. He then quarrelled with the Earl of Warwick and in 1468 was killed by Warwick. Later in 1471, John Broome's son then killed the Earl of Warwick. Nicholas Broome inherited BADDESLEY Clinton in 1483. Previously, in 1478, he appointed a new vicar to BADDESLEY Clinton.
How do I simplify my research?
And the vicar's name was William Foster, to be the vicar for BADDESLEY Clinton. Only to find 7 years later in the arms of his wife. So he drew his sword and killed the vicar. It was rumoured that he paid off the judge to get away with murder. He built 2 towers on BADDESLEY, and they were known as Towers of Atonement. It was later in 1496, money again we think, he received a pardon from King Henry VII for committing 2 murders. The next to own BADDESLEY was the Ferris family, who married Broome's daughter in 1497. There was nothing much then until the next people who owned it were the Gilbert Thomas Walker, who lived from 1887 to 1970, a relation of the Ferris family. Bought Baddesley in 1940 and started restoration. For 30 years they restored Baddesley, but in 1970 Thomas died and left it to the housekeeper who had lived there alone for many years. It was the next Thomas, the son, who didn't come to Baddesley, decided to sell the property to the National Trust. But this had a lot of wranglings and turn downs before eventually, in 1980, BADDESLEY Clinton became part of the National Trust. One of the features of Baddesley is the priest hole, which still exists to this day. There was a period in history when all the Catholics and the Catholic priests were sought out and killed. So what people did was to create priest holes, which are hidden compartments where the priest can hide in to get away when these people were going around and murdering people. The one at Baddesley is quite interesting. So you can still see to this day they had a flight of steps going down under the building into the sewers. And it is said, it's quite well known, that these priests may have had to spend up to 4 hours standing in these sewers to get out of the way of the priest killers. So let's go inside now and have a look around this lovely house. And let's just have a look at some of the stories that have been heard about events in BADDESLEY Clinton. The first one I bring to your attention is of the ghost of BADDESLEY Clinton. It was 1844 when Rebecca Ferris heard noises and got a vicar in to exorcise the ghost. The priest said it was a Ferris who died in battle on a Cymru field in 1877. Some weeks later, a niece was stopping at the house and woke early to see a man in full soldier's uniform at the bottom of her bed. She screamed and the ghost disappeared. Another story is of the murder in BADDESLEY. To this day, you can go and see a blood stain on the floor by a fireplace. It has been checked out by forensic and it is human blood. Is this the blood of the vicar killed by broom? No one knows. Another story, this time of Shakespeare, because we are in Warwickshire. It is said that somebody caught Shakespeare poaching in the grounds one day, and he ran away and ran to London. And he was there. He found the Shakespeare plays and went on to become the famous Shakespeare that we all know today. So maybe if he hadn't have been caught poaching, we may never have heard of him. Our final story is during the time of a gunpowder plot. It's actually known that the Catholics who were plotting to blow up Parliament met in BADDESLEY Clinton. There was a group of them, and I should think it would also include Guy Fawkes, who was chosen to be the one to light the touch paper under the Houses of Parliament. So BADDESLEY Clinton has a checkered history of being involved in many different things over its lifetime. And now it's here for us to enjoy as a national trust. I do hope you like this little video that I've made, and if so, please don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe if you wish. So I'll now leave you till around the rest of the house. Thanks for watching.